free Golden Eagles for War Thunder. Download the app in the description below.
Today I want you to meet someone. I want you to meet my inspiration for playing the game, for getting good, for improving, just everything. Have you ever got into a match, whether it was a tournament game or a random RB match, or maybe you're still playing arcade, I don't care, and you see that one guy on the enemy team that just kind of stands out? Either it's the team they're in, or it's the name they've got, or it's the stats they have, or it's just the overall skill set. You're scared. And it induces this kind of fear when you're facing against them, thinking there's no way in hell I'm even going to come close to trying to shoot him down. That's how I felt 6 months ago in April when I was facing against Badady for the very first time in my first ever tournament match. And to my surprise at the time, two things happened. First of all, Badady had to go somewhere or do something. Essentially, he didn't, not that he didn't want to win the match, he couldn't be bothered to win because then he wouldn't show up. So he already knew that he was going to let me win. But being who he is, he decided not to just, give me a free win, but to instead play with me. And we played for a proper 20-25 minutes. And he would shoot me down, and he would bail out, which means that no tickets were drained. And he would shoot me down, and he would bail out. And every single time, I grew in my confidence a little bit. My hands were a little bit less shaky. I felt a little bit more comfortable playing with him because I knew that he wasn't just going to ruffle stomp me. He was actually trying to, perhaps not teach me, but I think what he was trying to do was just kind of test me out to see, what caliber of a player I was. And after a bunch of matches, I think we might have played about a dozen or so, I did finally shoot him down twice, obviously to his, maybe 7 or so kills, and he decided to, let me progress through. He did tell me, of course, that he had something else he had to do and he couldn't play. I went through that tournament, I ended up then losing to the next guy, and it was a little bit demotivating, but essentially the memory of the player who he was dwelled around. And after that tournament, I think we both went our separate ways. Badady, if I remember correctly, probably doing, he changed his name, he went to Dynamite, he started doing these tournaments. And because at the time I wasn't very tournament-oriented, I was extremely busy with the grinding. I went through the entire spading process. I went through grinding God of War. I was using close air support, streaming every single day and whatnot. I didn't really have time to look what other people... I didn't even bother what other people were doing. I was just kind of focused on my little cloud. And then I received an email from the Gaijin PR department. It was about a YouTuber Cup. It was supposed to be a tournament where all the English-speaking YouTubers face against each other, and then the winner has a chance to get the E100. Now that is motivation to play tournaments, because I'm a person who would kill to get my hands on an E100 tank, because I had a chance to get it back during Thunder League, and I don't know what it was, but I think I just couldn't have been bothered to play the actual tournament. I said, surely there's going to be a different chance, and I missed out on it, and I feel bad now. So what happened was I started putting together a team for this tournament, and then the tournament got postponed. And then I kind of forgot about the team, and the tournament got postponed and postponed. And I thought to myself, if this tournament happens and I want to have a chance to win something, I need to have a good team. So I started looking for extremely good tournament players. I started looking for pro teams because, goddamn, I want that tank. And I started playing tournaments. And I got into the G6 tournament, and this was at 2 in the morning. I was dead drunk, and I'm in the match with one of the best players in the tourney, I think, at the time. And I beat him, and I got through, and then I meet Showtime, right? And I'm fighting this dude, and during the first turn, I already know that I'm screwed, because his decisiveness is just so goddamn on point. And we're playing, and he's chatting in chat, and he shoots me down one time, and I shoot him down, and he bails out, and I started thinking, who is this dude? He's doing this, he's giving me a free win again. It was confusing. He did actually end up taking the win, which was nice from him, because I think he deserved it. And after the match, he PMs me. And this is where it felt perfect, because I just got into a tournament, and I've just met a really good player, and I need good players for the tournament, and he's PMing me. I have him right on hand. I can just talk to him without needing to reach out. And then I right-click him, and he's on my friends list. And it was confusing, because I didn't have a lot of friends at the time, because I was removing most of them, because you only can have 100 friends at a time. And it was confusing because I've never met this guy. I've never met Showtime. Who is this dude? And why is he on my friends list? And then it hit me. It hit me when he said, yo, I'm Badady. And he just kind of, this whole past just unveiled itself to be, the person who he was before. And I started chatting with him a lot more. We got in contact through Discord and TeamSpeak, and I started talking to a lot of the members and whatnot. And it just opens up a world of new possibilities. And ever since that day, when I fight against someone like Budady or players like Uki, I don't feel nervous when dueling with them. I mean, yes, there's a certain amount of tension going on, but it's not this fear. It's motivation. It's motivation to improve, to get better, and to keep thriving to do more. And I think it's players like Budady and Uki for me that keep me coming back to these tournaments, because they're friendly folk, they're extremely nice to play with, they are challenging, but the way that you fight against them, it doesn't create a fear factor. Instead, it creates like a radiation of motivation. And it's absolutely amazing to go against these players, because there's nothing else but learning that you can have to do. And with that said, we've reached the beginning of the end of this video. I'm going to be shortly shutting up to let you enjoy the actual duel in its whole glory. But before I go, I want to answer one question that I already know everybody asked in chat, which is, when is the YouTuber Cup happening? The short answer is, nobody knows, but when we do know, if it's going to happen, I think everybody is going to be well informed, because this is something that I'm pretty sure Gaijin will, or at least should be, advertising absolutely everywhere. Until that date, well, take care and safe flight.